What?
Hurry up.
I'll let you.
Rough corner there.
Oh, you need to bring up their document? Somebody in your office somewhere.
Then you bring up the agenda.
Hey, Alan, you know what? Let's see, you want it streamed? I got some.
Film's only one.
Yeah.
Good, I'm not the latest.
You was here.
Yeah, he went to the council chamber. She did.
Candy. Oh, yeah.
Brings.
You don't even gonna raid the candy store.
Yeah.
It'll have leftovers from last night.
Yeah, they're funny. I didn't even think about Lindy's bowl too. She has.
I do.
Yeah.
Nobody gonna wear stuff. Didn't get enough last night.
Anything. Anything you want. Joker documents, anything, stuff on your screen, it's gonna be on.
Did you?
Yeah.
Stay your executive session.
Right.
I don't know how he's doing. I don't have any reason like that, not coming. See if they're, you know,
Daniel said he's been traveling, but he said he was gonna.
It's on Zoom.
I think it was,
He
I'll
said he
do my
was-
best.
He said he was gonna try.
Oh.
So this is probably.
Anybody need a water?
All right, y'all ready on the.
Oh,
Sir, anytime. Okay. Well, all right. This time I'm going to call to order the special meeting of the Red Oak Economic Development Corporation. Today is Tuesday, February 13th, 2024. Time is 6:35 p.m. Four is present, myself, Mr. Lightfoot, Jack Edwards, and Karen Stanfield are all in attendance. It was the decision that we don't have anybody on Zoom.
Just that.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna call the meeting to order. What else I got? After 10 years of this, I can't remember. Agendas were posted according to the open meeting. So we're gonna go directly to new business. And under A, we need to approve the minutes of the ROEDC for a special meeting on December 5th of 2023. Anybody have comments on them or a motion? So moved. Seconded, all those in favor? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Carries unanimously. Have a number of public hearings this evening. In each case, we'll ask the staff to describe the situation. We'll open a public hearing. Anybody who wants to comment, we'll close it. And after that, then discussion is all amongst the board coming to a decision. So item B is to conduct a public hearing and possible action concerning adoption of resolution number 24-001R. Approving expenditure of funds in an amount not to exceed $5,000 for an addendum to the subscription for Placer AI. And authorizing the president to execute all necessary documents on behalf of the ROEDC of the effective date.
So on this one, Placer is the software that we use, trying to put together demographics and how many people coming to this particular store, what would be a good fit for us based on the numbers that come to Walmart are the same type of users that would come to this store, that store, and the other store. And it works great. And, you know, most cities are doing that now. We actually have a subscription for that and we use it all the time. What we started talking about, and what we had John research is that's great, but businesses are also using Flexer, but they're using a different version of Flexer. What we're using helps us determine what user might be good for our location. What the businesses are using is kind of the inverse of that. They're looking at it from the standpoint of what location might work best for our business. So what we want to do is to go ahead and add the 5,000 to our contract so that we now have both. And now we can take both ours and theirs and overlay them so that we know better who that we can go and target more heavily. Doesn't mean that we don't target some of the other ones, but we know who we may have the best chance of trying to bring in here because we know what they're seeing on their end and we know what we're seeing around. John talked to a placer and they kind of did kind of a quick demo type deal. Good stuff.
So there's also some possibility we could find this will replace the system we're already using.
Not the placer system that we're using,
Yes,
but the CoStar
yes,
system that we're using.
we're contracted on that.
No, that one's 12, something like that, when we leave
This,
the CoStar.
Placer's 12.6 and this is an additional 5. I'm not sure about CoStar. But
So-
this won't place
so-
CoStar, but there's another system that our membership in TEDC, they have something that's very similar to CoStar. So we're gonna save some money and better deploy it.
But even if it didn't have a free replacement, what we have found with CoStar is CoStar is really good in the urban developed areas of Plano, and Dallas, and McKinney. But it's a lot of out of date and incorrect stuff down in our area. So it's not doing us a whole lot of good. We can't rely on it, so we'll probably like that one down the van and use the Placer both systems as well as the TDC and the retail lease track that's free of them.
Anything we had and research it.
Yeah, I think Todd's right. Like, so the void analysis aside that the municipality uses to say, what are you missing in your city based on the demographics and the way other stores perform? Then the developer side is what we're going to add on to this subscription. So we'll be able to give you a report that you are used to looking at as the developer for coast, and it says ours has a fit score of 1 to 100 that this would be a good fit for this location based on everything. On the developer side, it scores them A+ to S, right? And so we'll be able to go. And I think the other big thing is just as important as we're gonna talk to them in their language. We also know if somebody's an F and we don't have to call them again. When they call us, we'll gladly get them anything they need, but let's find the A's that we want and bring it.
Yeah, it's 5,000.
Right, okay,
I mean, the grand scheme of things, it-
yes.
No more than a book.
right, okay.
All right, so the time's 6:41, and I'll open the public hearing. If there's anyone who'd like to speak for, against, or otherwise comment on this item, there's no one here in the room. Or the room, or the screen, or anywhere else. But if you're out there, you want to talk, now's your chance. Okay, I'm 6:42. I entertain a motion to close the public hearing. So moved. Second, all those in favor? Carried 4-0. And so now, any further questions there? Anything to go with that?
I think these tools are useful, that's not a big price tag, so.
Everybody good? Great. And I appreciate a motion to approve resolution number 24-01. Somebody. Second, all those in favor? Motion carries 4-0 on one. Item C. Begin a public hearing, possible action concerning adoption of resolution number 24-002R, approving expenditure of funds in an amount not to exceed $8,254.16 to JLC and Company for the purchase of office furniture for the Economic Development Department and authorizing its president to execute all necessary documents on behalf of the EDC, providing an effective date.
So on this one, the city actually paid for the majority of the stuff that was already in because we already kind of helped the city with some funding to do the whole thing. Got to the point where the furniture ran out. We didn't have enough furniture for the offices. We did have the main desk furniture for the John and Lee's office, but we didn't have enough for the credential space and those type of things. Tried to find something that matches as good as we could and just asked them to finish filling the offices.
Okay, time is 6:43, and I'll open the public hearing again, if there's anyone. Seeing no one, I will entertain a motion to close the public hearing. So move, second, all those in favor? Motion carries 4-0, and we are closed at 6:44. The question is this stuff pretty or is it functional?
Well,
It is. Any questions, back, any comment?
I still question why we have to do a public hearing about furniture.
That's good.
I'm with you.
You wouldn't do it if it was city budget, would you? Just because
The city, it's because it has a budget that's approved, all of line
Wouldn't,
items.
wouldn't even have to if it was a Addison.
If we put it in our budget.
Specifically for
Just us. Okay. All right, and I officiate a motion to approve resolution number 24-02R.
So moved.
Move. Second, all those in favor? 2-0. Item number D, public hearing with possible action concerning adoption of resolution number 24-003R. Approving an expenditure of funds in an amount to exceed $4,500 for Catalyst Commercial for updates and revisions to the residential development report for the Red Oak Custom Trade Area and authorizing its president to execute all necessary documents on behalf of the RODC and providing an effective date.
So this is the piece we do with Catalyst every 1 to 2 years. So Catalyst comes in and develops what the trade area is based on the LPRs, the phone data, and determines what that market is. Then they will take that and send that to residential strategies. And for those who may not know what residential strategies is, they are the big dog when it comes to residential development. So they track all developments all throughout DFW and throughout the state, but primarily DFW. And they have a handle on how many homes have gone up here, how many are in the works to go here, what in the next 2 years, what the absorption rate is going to be. That way, we're not just sitting here with some demographic saying, we've got this money, we've got this permit. It's again, based on a third party piece that comes in and is able to provide that for us, which, and I'll be honest with you, we sat in here with Darden the other day and talked to them about it. And I said, oh, you mean you really do that? Yeah, you can do it. That is great because there's not very many that do. And the ones that do, we spend a lot more time with because we don't have to go out and figure all this stuff out and pay for a RSI analysis ourselves. It's already done. So at this point, to be honest with you, we already did it. So we're just actually.
Okay, well, in that case, I will again open a public hearing. If anybody has any comment on this, it's 6:47. All right. Hearing none, no one is going to show up in the next 30 seconds.
Make a motion, we close the public hearing at 6:48. That option.
Okay. Second. Moved and seconded.
We can go to vote on that.
I don't know how it works. We don't have Bob here to tell us if we can do that.
All those in favor, motion carries. 4-2. All right.
Work close.
Before we make a motion, there's a top reference in the second, I believe it's 45 minutes this time, the invoice is actually 200. I would think it's nice going from that one, they can spend 2 times.
Well, the 4,500 is not to exceed.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
Appreciate your, correction there.
And the public hearing is closed at 6:40. All right. Item E.
You want to vote on
We
it?
have no second.
Oh, yes.
We just said close the.
No, I just said we already did. it. Go ahead, vote.
I would appreciate a motion.
It'd be awkward if we don't vote on it.
So moved.
Second.
I didn't get to finish. Resolution number 24-003R. So moved. Seconded. All those in favor? 4-0. We're gonna get back on. Item E, conduct a public hearing and possible actions concerning adoption of resolution number 24-004R. Approving an expenditure of funds in an amount not to exceed $3,000 for a professional services agreement with Eagle Associates, architects, architectural and engineering services, public restroom and storage facility located in Hardrow Park, City of Red Oak, Texas, and authorizing its president to execute all necessary documents on behalf of the RADC, providing effective date.
Okay, Jonathan, can you hear us okay?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So this,
Else, but we're working through with city council the whole issue that EDC has not heard at this point. Casey Hargrove has already paid the contractor to build the restrooms in Hargrove Park. They got so far in and they just decided we're just gonna quit, not do anything else, and by the way, we're not in business anymore. With Casey's money already in the pocket. We reimburse Casey, so we're not hurt at this point, but we have with Bob talked to the bonding company's attorney, and we feel like there may be a chance that we may be able to get everybody out, other than the people who are contracted already. Then we may be able to make things work with all parties involved, but we have a facility out there that is partly built and not even to what the original plans were. And Jonathan is trying to get us an architect and engineer company to come in and determine what is salvageable out of that. And are we gonna just have to tear it all off and start from scratch, or will what is out there work if we continue on with the original set of plans we did? Okay, go ahead, John.
sure. So in a nutshell, I've asked for a scope of services, a professional services agreement, for Hydel Architecture to work with Icon Structural Engineering Group to go out and evaluate the existing slab, evaluate the existing red iron, and there's actually been some plumbing stub outs that have been done as well. And so this professional services agreement that you're considering tonight would cover that portion of it. So once they would provide us back with a report of their findings and recommendations. And then I've already discussed with the architect if the slab per se, the red iron, everything checks out, structurally sound, would he be willing to modify the plans in a way that could be built from where we are right now? So in a nutshell, we're just kind of in that first step of trying to evaluate what's existing condition wise and where we can go from there.
All right, then, I'm gonna open the public hearing. Time is 6:52. Anybody have comment for, against, or otherwise, welcome to do so now. All right. I'm okay with it. That's all. Need a motion for this public hearing. So moved. Second, all those in favor? Motion carries. And it's still 6. have any issue with this one. You have one question, however. And that's, is this the entire amount of this agreement? Or is this cost being shared with?
This is the entire.
Okay. And only other question is, how is the CDC?
IDC is paying for the one at Pearson Park.
Anybody?
Yeah, can you confirm the scope of this, because 3,000 doesn't seem like a lot, so this is to assess how close it was to the original plans. And how much of the material that's out there can be used for the original plan, is that what this is?
Pretty much.
Yeah, yes, but more so the structural integrity of the slab. There are some questions about how it was poured and if it was poured correctly.
Okay.
Also, because because what was actually put on the ground does not match the plans that were permitted, we are going to have a new set of architectural plans to finish the restrooms. So this is also kind of evaluating, okay, if the structural pieces check out, then what would the architect need to do to revise the plans and be able to construct something that would be usable in the future. So really what you're getting for the 3,000 is an architect services and a structural engineer services.
Okay, and then if the slab is found to be bad, and we end up having to just tear everything out, are we going back with the original set of plans? Or are we gonna have an expensive plan or something different? Or is that remaining?
I think we have the option at that point. We can go back with the original plans. But we don't have to. We want to look at it and do something to
They got started, expect.
Right.
And we also just, so not to, share news too early, but I will, I guess. So we've received our final today on the restrooms out at Pearson. Parks is planning to open those tomorrow. So we have a set of plans on that set of restrooms too. So if we needed to, we could do the study as far as geotech and whatever else that wasn't done originally. And we might be able to use those same plans out at Hardgrove Park if we needed to, instead of paying for a whole nother set. So, it size wise, there'd be a few differences. This one had some extra storage for the soccer group. But those are, minor modifications that could be made to the existing plans used at Pearson.
And that one is more expensive, but a lot of that is based on the materials, because we were trying to match the materials to go along with the municipal center. So even with the plan that we have over there, that could be value engineered with lower cost material, since it's out in the middle of the field back. So
Okay. You don't close the hearing. Close. No questions?
It's not a big dollar amount for what we're getting, I thought it'd be more expensive than this, to do this assessment, so.
In that case, I need a motion to approve resolution number 24-044. So moved. Second, all those in favor? 4-0. We want to have
let's go to executive session.
executive session. Okay. We're gonna come back to that. Right now, we're gonna go into executive session. The time is 6:56.
Yeah, we'll go through the Jackson.
No.
Yeah. Y'all are staying in here for now. We'll go through the Jackson stuff. Okay.
Go pack your stuff.
Go pack my stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Okay.
so, we're back in open session, the time is 8 o'clock. And, the only thing we have coming out of executive session, we're gonna go back to, new business item F, which is discuss and consider amending the administrative services agreement by and between the Red Oak Economic Development Corporation and the city of Red Oak, Texas, in an amount not to exceed $12,500 to provide administrative funds for staffing and administrative costs for ROEDC and authorizing its president to execute all necessary documents on behalf of the ROEDC.
We have a modified motion with the.
Yes, sir, it'd be a motion to approve a budget amendment to fiscal year 23-24 ROEDC budget for administrative services or personnel expenditures in an amount not to exceed $12,500 to be transferred to the general fund of the city of Red Oak for administrative services and personal expense for fiscal year 23-24. Authorize the president to execute all necessary documents.
Which needs a so moved, correct?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, and all those in favor. Motion carries 4-0. All right, as I see it, that wraps up all the new business, and we have nothing else coming out of executive session. Everybody agree? Agreed. So then I need a motion to adjourn. So moved, second, all those in favor. Motion carries, and we're